Well, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. We are doing the second game of 3 today. And as you can see, we've got Danny Kamiri and Ajay Dorr and Martin Gray and Chris Rosanis. And the person who just corrected me just then was Michael Sorensen, Hollywood. And just do that one until I switch that one on. Welcome to the commentary team, Hollywood.
Good morning. How are we all?
Very good.
Beautiful day here at Jindalee Bowls Club. And surely going to be a highly entertaining match here with some young guns of the game. Just waiting on Jimmy to make his way in.
He's doing his bets.
Of course he's working. That makes it a bit easier. I can hear what I'm saying.
Don't know. Maybe not.
Oh, the boys are putting stickers on their bowls. Probably fairly important in a game of fours, but we're coping.
I don't think it'll be a big loss if they don't get stickers on.
No.
No.
Rip. On.
Well, we started on time,
Oh, that's a bit loud.
but Rink 7 hasn't started on time. You too loud in your ears?
Yep. Good. That's double loudness. It's louder than my mother used to yell. How's that sound? Still pretty loud, but I can handle that. We due to start?
Well, we've started. Danny Kamiri is still getting it together.
Doesn't come up my feed yet.
The hat goes on backwards, that's a standard.
We're all set to go, Wayne?
Yeah, we're in.
We're on. We're on. Well, I'd better say that
I've done my welcoming and told...
you've done the welcoming.
And I'm not too sure that I've told everyone that if they're watching on the Facebook page for Jindalee, they can also get that on YouTube, Bowls Promo TV.
Well, Jim C here, and I'd like to welcome in, well, I better not call him Hollywood, but Michael Sorensen, or Sorrow might be better, has been imported at great expense to commentate this game with me. Hello, Michael.
Morning, Jimmy. Like I said earlier, it's a beautiful day here at Jindalee Bowls Club, and we're in for a cracking game. The first bowl's coming down.
If I give you some volume, we'll be able to hear you better. How's that?
A standard 3 to 4 foot short first bowl. That's the lead's favourite shot, is to drop 3 foot short on the line.
I was watching a bit on YouTube earlier this morning when I was having breakfast, and
What's that, about 10 o'clock?
No, I was up early enough to hear your comment. But,
Well, that was Martin Gray. Now, I understand from Derek that he's flown in especially for this game, being a teammate of Chris Rosanis for New South Wales under 25s, something like that, in New South Wales. I don't know much about Martin Gray. Do you, Sorrow?
no, I haven't got a great handle on him either, but I've got a fair idea of the other three boys.
Yeah. Well, we're just going on his first bowl, being a side toucher, and the next one rolling in a foot or so behind. We'll put him in the OK grade so far.
Goes okay, yeah. Correct. Yeah.
Oh, there's one.
We used
Colin
to
Kelly
slower
is
greens.
watching.
Oh, Cole. My goodness.
Colin, Nugget Ingram, Matty Bouse. Oh, what a treble. That a triples game that would be. Matty Bouse, Nugget Ingram and Colin Kelly.
And Amanda, Jack, welcome.
Now, you were playing mixed with her. When
I
was that?
will be. No, I thought it was this
Tomorrow.
weekend. It's next weekend. So thank
Okay.
goodness for that.
I was going to ring her and tell her how hard you are to carry, but she probably knows that already.
I'm pretty sure she's seen it. Joe comes making sure he's not short. Two state singles champions here.
Yep, 2.
Ex-state singles champions, I should say, but highly skillful young men.
You know, as high up in the fashion stakes as I am, Michael, you can tell by my normal clothes that I wear, high up in the fashion stakes. I was reading something the other day which forced me into buying a new pair of socks, because apparently all the go at the moment is not the ankle socks, it's the actual socks that come up your leg a bit.
Yeah, I'm not going into that fashion, sorry.
Exactly. Looking at Chris when he was on the mat, the perfect example there of supposedly the fashionable socks, and we look across the sideline here and we find another one that's been reading the same equipment that I've been reading.
Oh, I think it's just the fact that it's got a Bowls Australia logo on it, and from what I'm understanding, Bowls Australia are going to be looking to push more of the Bowls Australia logoed uniforms and be a little bit more stringent when it comes to state, district and national championships and tournaments. We have become very, very laxed over the years, I must admit myself. I am a bit more of a traditionalist. I'd like to see us come back to more uniformed. Like the footwear that we're using on greens nowadays is varied and wide.
Varied. There he goes.
Danny Canary with the widest drawing bowls in Australia.
Well, I was going to say that there's a fair bit of turn on that one.
The Indigenous XGs. The only real coloured bowl on the green.
What time are you leaving?
Not a bad effort here. Jeez, that's a good shot.
I haven't been able to print out my racing tips yet because the printer didn't work properly. It's the only thing I've found wrong at this club so far. The volunteers have been exceptional.
This would be one of the hardest working clubs I've ever been associated with. At my 6 or 7 years with Bowls Australia, I spent a lot of time at this club, working with this club. It's quite regularly, every couple of years or so, goes completely underwater. And they've rebuilt and kept this club alive through some very extreme weather occurrences. 2018, 2022, when the clubhouse was completely covered in water. 2018, these greens were covered with a foot of sludge. So they came in and they got the local community, came down and helped, and they dug it all out and took away a couple of truckloads of river mud, then grabbed the local fireys to come down and wash the greens off, and then they were playing on the greens about 3 days later. It's incredible.
I heard the story about the bloke in his house over on the left-hand side catching fish off his balcony, a fishing net.
That would not surprise me.
Halfway up the hill he was safe in his house, but he could throw out to the road there where there was 6 foot of water.
You can't flood-proof this building, but they've made it very, very flood-resistant. So everything that can be moved is now on wheels. So if another weather circumstance comes through the area, they can just pull a flat back truck up to the back dock and roll everything in onto the back of the truck, including the bar and the furniture, and they just take it all away. There's no more carpets, all the gyprocking has gone from the building. It's all back to bare brick, and it's just an amazing story when you see the photos. I did a story on these guys through conference with Bowls Australia, and the rolling photos that I did with the story was incredible. It just had everyone totally amazed at how a club can be so utterly destroyed and then bounce back within a couple of weeks with community help.
But you can't take it for granted because Toowong didn't make it, did it?
That was a different circumstance.
Oh, okay.
It's a bit closer to he's turning onto
If you
that
gets that
one.
gap, a little inside edge.
But Toowong did flood though, didn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
That was in 2018. That was a good one. That was classed a dirty flood, so there was a lot of silt and everything come through with that one. Whereas the 2020 was a clean flood, so all they had to do was get debris off the greens, get the fireys down, wash it off again, and we were bowling on the Friday. It was incredible.
Well, don't know much about the flood thing, but I know I've never seen so many happy volunteers. When we hold a gun to people's head to do some things at different places, and all the volunteers run around here smiling and they're jumping over themselves to do things. Pretty fantastic. It's a good feel in this club.
They stick pretty tight together, and the tournament organiser, he floated this idea past me a couple of years ago, and a couple of things have held it back, but he's got it off the ground now and it's been well patronised. And considering the weather that we've had, the playing surface looks sensational. The players all seem very happy.
I'm saying that was 2 shots. Has anybody got a bit of idea what's going on this game?
I'm pretty sure it was only 2. Getting back to the game now, it's another great start.
And we've got quite a few people to mention. Jack Wardrop, Carleen Agar, Theodora Vere, Peter Moore, Lance Main, Jack Wardrop, Graham Oates and Doug Tate's back again. Not a bad start. Martin was the best junior coming through from the Dubbo region. Great to see him back. Righto, Bousey. Matty.
It's a fairly handy start from both the leads here.
I'm pretty sure that Martin flew especially for this event, as Derek Scott will be able to tell me shortly.
Very appreciative, Michael, about Bowls Queensland sharing the event.
We're just happy to get bowls out there to the public. It's fantastic that we have live streaming services like your own out there supporting the sport, and if we can give all our clubs that little bit more support and share as well, we're more than happy to do so.
Here's one for you, Sorrow. Robert Thompson.
Tomo, up there in Cairns, if it's that Robert Thompson.
Well, I'm guessing it is.
I can't see the photo from over here.
I can't see the photo from over here.
Would he be a Robbo or would he be a Tomo?
Tomo. Robbie Tomo.
He
It's
was
not a bad bowl.
he was probably still a junior when you were carting him down to play at
Yes.
South Tweed.
Started playing with Robbie when he was 14. He stuck with me for a while too.
Amazingly, I know I didn't say amazingly, I can remember we were domiciled at the Pineapple Hotel one year of the state sides, and Tomo being about 14 or 15, you dropped in to see us or whatever, and dropped in with a 15-year-old kid into the pub.
Hey. We were in the lounge. It wasn't the main bar.
Oh, I wouldn't say he was drinking or anything. And he wasn't, because he was having to carry you in and go to bowls. It's a serious job.
Like the ball here. Just gonna make it. Looks like it's shot.
Definitely shot and stood up. Get a bit of a sideways view.
Well, the camera works fantastic. I reckon Robbie'd even be a little bit jealous.
Well, the trick that Robbie hasn't got is that there's actual. You can hear what the players are saying to each other.
Yeah,
And
sometimes,
that's really sad.
sometimes that's not a good thing.
That's what I was trying to explain to Wayne. He was telling me how good it was. I
Is he
did
going to
use,
slip under that?
wasn't up.
Ooh.
Wasn't up.
I remember Jay when he was about 12, at the same time as Kelsey was coming through. He was a member of Karoi Bowls Club, just up the road from Tawantin, where Kelsey was a member.
Yep.
Played with Jay and his father in the Club Fours and won a Club Fours together many moons ago. So he's been carrying me for a long time, this young man. He's gotten smart though, he doesn't play with me anymore.
I'll leave that one be. Mitch Percy. Trevor Argent. We were talking to Trevor yesterday. Peter Moore, Carol Morris, Graham Oates is back.
It's a well-weighted shot, just a little wide.
That's not too wide for those bowls.
He's got the
Hurry.
speed.
Hurry.
Just fallen short, but it's another bowl in the head. And will force, I'd say, Chris to go on the backhand now, look for more a sit and trail shot. Don't think it's the shot on the forehand any longer, but we'll soon find out.
Now, Michael, you and I worked together last year when you were at Helensvale. And have you noticed my new edition of action replays?
Yes, I noticed that on the YouTube when I was watching this morning.
And your first thought?
Sensational. Tell you what, he's not far away here.
Thereabouts.
You might have to turn this one into one.
Oh, this is going to be a great shot. Oh, very unlucky. Oh,
Made it worse.
yuck.
How could it be worse?
Well, I'd say he's 2 down now.
And we won't bother marking that touch, huh?
Oh, Jay, that's very tight. Is he looking for their bowl?
Well, we've got a bit of Danny Kamiri butt. Danny, I think he got 2.
I thought they would have had 2 before that.
I'm going to have to study a bit more
2
of
down.
these
No, they were
bowls.
2 down. No, that's right. That's Chris's bowl that was there. That's a great shot. I was the one confused. It's going to fall. Why'd you leave, Trev?
Hungry, it's lunchtime. You got a coffee van outside for the
There was a
bowlers?
coffee van there this morning in the car park.
Is that the back steps now?
Yeah.
So what's Chris going to play here? Jimmy, you think you play up on his back end underneath his own bowl and sit on those 2 bowls here that are just short?
He's got to
Or are you
play,
going to play heavier weight?
he's got to play fairly heavy weight. The track's fairly... Yeah,
Well, he's not going mad.
but he's played it well.
Tell you what, he's going to be stiff here.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a great effort.
Hold on.
Have they got
Well, with
more
that-
than 2 now?
With that red bowl just leaning over now, that might have taken one of their shots away. One of the Kamiris.
What are they saying?
Bit of Italian coming out in him there, the way he's waving his arms around.
I think I heard him say might be better off covering the tee.
I don't think Chris has got any shots left, has he? No more bullets.
No,
No? Well, what's...
In other words, I don't think he wants them to go close. He
Oh,
wants them
okay.
to stay away.
That might have been what it was.
Looks like a fairly safe draw there on the back end if he gets out to that red bowl and back to Danny's 2 Indigenous bowls.
no, he's got to be round that one by about a bowl. He doesn't want to get out near that other. Ooh.
Well, he's attacking.
Wants some extras.
His speed.
He might just be narrow.
Umpire's being called.
Good.
Oh,
I'd say they're going to chock that red bowl. Don't want to run the risk of it falling over. And you only see bowlers lean over like that on a slow green, so it tells you how truly slow this green is.
if he doesn't chock it soon, I reckon it's fallen.
I was been saying that it's rained the last 37 days in a row in Brisbane. I don't know how many it is, but it's a fair few.
Well, I thought he might have chocked the other bowl first. And he
Not gonna chock.
hasn't chocked it.
No,
Oh my.
Okay,
OMG.
I'm very
you
confused.
don't really have to lift that one out.
I'm very confused here.
Why does he need to even move it?
Alan Jones, Brad Moore, more people getting out of bed at this time of the day.
Perhaps I
They're
should
just waking up to read their form guide, Jimmy.
perhaps I should put the camera somewhere else because I don't
Oh,
want to.
did
I don't
you
want to
just touch
embarrass
that?
this fella.
I don't think we want to watch this measure.
No.
Alan Newman's just drawn a little toucher over
And
on
he's
this
gone
game.
from top to bottom instead of bottom to top. Wow.
Okay. I've said enough.
So that's 1-2 door in Cremery. And
One only.
I think there's supposed to be an E on the end of that door.
Is there?
Yes.
I thought I double checked everything.
It's definitely D-A-W-E.
Yes, I didn't look at the printing. Main's told me to check it every time. Not this time. I only do what I'm told.
I'm so used to being double checked now that I'm getting better and better at picking up my own mistakes.
Willie Walker. John and Jen Gordon. Brett Spur. Theodore Verhaar. And Graham Oates is back on board. He must be nearly up to race 1 in Sydney. Never liked Johnny Farnham that much.
That's a fair start.
If everybody's back King of the Pops, its father's Johnny Farnham. That's why they called it King of the Pops.
Pick it up.
Just going to leave it there.
Gave his bowl a chance, is what you want to do on a slow green. Danny's tightened his line.
He's not up. You've got to be going a fair bit of speed when you're 3/4 the way down. And the juice is coming out of the ground. You can see the footprints.
They're not as pronounced as this morning, so I think the sun might be starting to take a little bit of drying effect.
Yeah. It's not... This morning you could see as they were walking with the
less
juice
squelching.
coming out of the green.
It was the less squelching as they were walking across the top of the surface. Bit of a breeze out there as well. Not sure if this is going to get back.
He's back to those bowls.
Turned nicely.
Probably not a bad
In a
spot
very
to
good
be
spot.
in.
They stop quick. They still stop quick.
Yeah, it's... I heard you say this morning you think it's around 13 seconds. Do you think it's actually 13 seconds? Or is it
And I was
just a little
13
slower?
yesterday.
They measured at 13 when they just finished rolling it.
Yeah, so 12.
Hello, Greg Bostocks. Hello, Greg. Changing hands.
Wearing his Tarrant Point gear. And he goes down New South Wales and plays pennant. Try and run through his own. Worked out well.
Well,
A little unorthodox, but
I'll be happy with that for a result.
Oh, what's happened?
We're just drawing around our black bowl. Fair attempt.
Well, he's not short.
A little bit quicker than I thought.
Good
We are
line.
playing respot.
Good line.
Stephen Piggott.
wow.
I nearly fell off the chair yesterday when that came up. Hello, Lester. And Peter Brown's back on learning something so he can get it right tomorrow. Got it right yesterday.
Saw the big man walking up down the green. This looks a little closer.
Just have to finish the last roll.
It's a very good effort. Yeah, it's given Martin a little look there. He can play up underneath Chris's bowl. I think that's Chris's bowl. Can't work out which one's Chris's and which one's...
Be careful.
Ooh.
Ooh, I'd say it was shot for that had the last sit.
That's a blue disc on the shot bowl, isn't it? One's got a solid line, one's got a squiggle. Bless you.
Yes, the two squiggle ones you can see there. They want to be a bit careful they don't play each other's bowls. Where Derek's idea of playing stickers all the time. Barry Ashby rang me yesterday.
How is Barry? I heard he's been unwell.
I didn't ask him about his health. I didn't know.
Oh, that's a damn fine shot.
Nearly made two. Talking about having stickers on all the bowls in the singles quarterfinals, semi-finals and finals.
Yes, he did speak to me about that.
I said I don't have a problem with that. That's just another job for Sorensen. He's getting $2 million a year. Might as well organise the stickers for all those games.
I think the Sunshine Coast District are getting those. Great shot. Oh, and a great result too, I think.
The green one's nearly shot.
Oh, the Indigenous one fell back in.
Did he
It's,
kick it? Did it fall or did he give it a little kick?
Good on you, blocker. Keenly watching this game. A couple of his mates on the green. Well pointed for Ben's.
Sits fat. No, it didn't sit fat.
Oh, slid off.
Mark Springs back on. We had Mark yesterday. Well, they're not sure who's got shot.
You got a side angle that we can have a look at that?
We've got a side angle.
That's looking a little easier. That bowl of Denny's is a lot closer than I think we all thought.
The blue one.
No, the
turquoise one.
Indigenous one. Closest. So you got the pink one, and then you got the turquoise.
Yep.
The Indigenous one on the inside of that.
Very close to Jack Eye, that turquoise one.
I think the pink one's inside that. Never can tell with live streaming. The angles are just cutthroat.
The mats, all the mats have just got that little bit of a kick up, apparently. Both them.
The way they store them in the
Here we
he's
go.
playing with
We're
weight,
gonna-
so he's
We're going to lob on
oh,
those
he's
two
played
bowls.
a great
and-
shot here. No, still only going to be the one. He must have thought he was down.
Yep.
Look at those two replays.
Well, he had to hit it and then set it. There himself for two. He's very close. Trickles up for a toucher.
Just going to slip underneath, but
Good
still
return.
handy.
Mark Spring says, trouble is I have to go and do some work every now and then. Just make it now and then, Mark.
I'd have just done it then. Here we go, Danny.
Got the gap,
Just got a piece
got
of
the
it.
jack. And you'll see the toucher. Oh, there, you toucher right before I even called it.
He loves his gizmos. That looks like tidal line as well underneath the jack. That didn't turn as much as his first one.
And Michael, the other improvement is having a tablet there just for the scores.
Well,
Means any one of us can put a score up.
Yeah, because you're a little bit
I was a bit slow.
starstruck down there at Helensvale and forgot the scores. But
Forgot the
anybody
scores.
could have been starstruck at the talent that was on display down there at Helensvale. That was an incredible tournament.
Oh yeah, idols everywhere.
Checking the results, mate. And, looks like it's very well supported with plenty of sponsors rolling around the bottom of the screen. Tournaments like these are very hard to get up off the ground without sponsors, volunteers, and obviously the players that come to support it. So Chris Rosan's is very close here as well. No, he's just going to drop short. You're right, Jimmy. It's got to be nearly past the jack to call it a good bowl.
I think there's a couple more sponsors, but they didn't get their logos in.
This looks quick, and it is.
He's coming home.
Just know if he's going to reach. Just made that one a little bit more shotterer.
That's not a word.
Jay's dropped his head, so I'm not sure what that means. Looks like he's on a fair track here. Oh, he should drop his head and discuss more often, I think.
A bit better than average. I didn't see toucher come across the screen.
No. Oh, there it is. On cue.
Righto.
And a match with the talents on display here and the green speed that it is, you're not going to see that jack sit still too often.
No. We were playing Premier League at night time. We did some maths on how often how many ends per 21 that the jack didn't move, and we just got sick of doing it. Playing
Yes.
night time, where the green was never running much quicker than this.
Especially at Hamilton.
You were playing Lurch and Kelvin and whatever else. There wasn't any Wasn't any chance of the jack staying there.
So fair effort. Just run through a little. No point leaving a bowl jack high.
Here we go.
He's got to get
Don't think
the
that-
inside edge.
Don't think that cannon's going to work there. It's a
Stayed
very,
around.
it's a very lonely bowl at this point in time. Danny really needing to get another one in there.
Give it a friend, you reckon?
Trying.
Needs a brother, sister, cousin. He's just going to hang wide, is
He's
he?
trying. No,
They
he's got to
don't hang wide.
Well, that's certainly going to be helpful.
sits down. It's nearly shot.
There's still a good shot there for Chris. He can peel
One-
off
one,
that
two.
front one and get the next one.
1, 2. Little edge on the first one. Cross under the other and make a handful.
Chris having first bowl of this pair of bowls. Just don't know whether he's going to play forehand or backhand at this. More options on that hand. He can come through his own bowl as well.
Go on.
Just going to swing away though. Yeah, I'm thinking the forehand's a good option for Jay here as well.
He only just left the head, Danny. He walked all the way up there with something in his mind.
If he's got the speed, he's very close. Oh, that's a great shot.
Mm.
That is a very
Yeah,
nice
that's a
shot.
good
But
shot, isn't it?
Chris's shot doesn't change much. Still a similar type of shot. Might have to play with a bit more weight this time. He looks like
Play with big
backhand.
weight.
He tugged it tight.
Look, be tight.
Ooh. Well, that's got to be close to 3 now. Same bowl.
Trail it.
The trailer to be nice, wouldn't it?
Trail it to the outside of that bowl.
Just played a little tighter.
Come on, get it over here.
He hasn't got the weight, has he?
No, it's short.
I think they'll be kicking out 3 bowls here.
Could have nearly had a little dip. Not
No, only going to
Two.
take the 2.
2,
Is it 2 or 3?
2.
2.
No, I think like that.
We call it square. 3 all.
Another 1 each and they'll be even.
You're learning. You're improving out of sight, sorry.
That's all this time I'm spending with you, Jimmy.
Well, I'm still recovering from 2 games of commentary with Schiller.
I did hear that yesterday afternoon.
How good's that?
There was a fair bit of reminiscing going on there. Some names from the past. Some absolute champions as we were talking about yesterday.
Yeah, most of them weren't listening to us because they've already passed away.
I wasn't going to say why. That's a fair
Not a
start.
bad starter.
What's the matter fairway up?
Oh, I think it's a 3/4 length end.
It's directly opposite my camera, which is on rink 2, the opposite direction.
I've only looked at races 1 and 2 so far. Yeah, might have to see if I can get my this printer here working properly. That's a better shot. Foot 18 inches behind where the action will be before the end of this end.
Yeah, as we were saying before, I don't see the kiddie staying stagnant for very long.
Paul Flood, Helen Bernarden. Hello, Helen. Murray Vincent. Graham Percy. I don't know where they're playing.
So where did you two first meet?
30 odd years ago.
Yeah, where?
I would have been district sides or a under
Sorry, I was
45s
playing-
carnival or something.
I played Sorrow one time when he was skipping for the Gold Coast.
Yes, that was a long time ago. Back when I could actually play a little bit. Good shot here too from Jay.
Oh, a little toucher. Want to touch him?
It's a touch of it. I don't think you can say he moved the jack.
Nobody
Okay.
haven't run up to mark it yet. Your fingers wavering over that toucher button. There
It's
we
a
go.
toucher.
Looked like it touched it, but
Jimmy C saying I shouldn't only
This
do
isn't a
toucher
bad
when
reply either.
they're close to it.
yeah, I got up in marking a toucher and it sliced it about 3 foot. So
I heard that one. I was watching at that stage.
can't count that as a toucher.
Of course it's a toucher. It touched the jack, Jim.
We had Mark Perella here yesterday too, who I haven't seen for
He's playing out of a Nogger. I see him
20 years, 15
semi-regular
years.
down at Helensvale on the Thursday night bowls they have down there now.
Has he arrived? No. We'll leave it up to green a bit.
Michael, I think I asked you once before, you don't catch a 50-cent train to work anymore?
No. No, it will be shortly back to 50 cents, but it'll be to a Nogger. It's still 50 cents
And what's at Nogra?
where I work now. At Bowls, Queensland.
Oh, that's where it is. That's their home base.
Does he pull up?
Just going to slip past.
Right on my toe is a shot.
Kyle Dagley. Only Dagley I knew was Vic, who played in the Lindsay Hicks era.
And that's almost on his toe.
Somewhere where he stuck his foot. IMS Swami is watching. Have another think about it, Danny.
I know his bowls turn, but I don't think they're going to turn that much.
That's- That was exact grass line, got to the line. Chris said, well, you did it once, why didn't you, what about doing it twice?
Find out if his nickname's Goldfish. Goldfish.
Why would it be goldfish, Michael?
Short memory.
Okay, silly of me. By the time I got through the traffic on Thursday afternoon, he called me blister. Wasn't a pretty result.
Ooh, this is a fair effort here. Great shot. Jay Dorr.
Makes two.
See, Danny, that's what you were supposed to do.
See you. Yeah, that was well worth the touch of the word coming up on
Definitely.
the screen, that one.
Definitely. Well, depending on what Chris does here, it's almost worth a replay. It's got Chris thinking about it. Playing forehand. Okay.
Trying. Well, he's up, but does he
Does he get the right bowl? Makes that one shotterer. but it does make his next shot easier.
Might even make 3. He said that one probably counts making 3.
Whoa, Danny. Just not quite there, but a bit of mud in the eye.
Yep, got in the road. Hot hole.
I still think Chris's shot's on the forehand. He doesn't have to change a great deal. He can get to the shot bowl, it's jack high now and sit that, or he can roll the red bowl up or pink bowl, whichever takes your fancy.
Well, he hasn't got that much going on the backhand side now, that one was in the road. I think that keeps him on his forehand.
He doesn't have to change a lot from his first bowl. He was in the area. He's gone that tad wider.
Got enough weight to roll the pink.
Oh, he's in the area. That's a great shot.
Makes 1 to Roseannis.
That'd be shot to Roseannis, yeah.
Very good. Telling a story on the old Bundaberg skip and in the first game, and I'm sure Wayne hadn't heard it before because he gave a little chuckle, and it's one where he used to go to the news agency and buy 20 cards at a time and put them in an envelope, put them in his bowls bag, and every now and again he'd go to his bowls bag and he'd get out the envelope. Anyway, he'd cross over, he'd give the envelope to his second, and he'd open it up and it was a "Get better soon" card. And the second used to say, "But I'm not sick." And he said, "I know you're not sick, but you just get better soon."
Your bowls are shite. Jesse Turnbull, go the Pirates. Did Jesse play yesterday or didn't he play at all?
Didn't play at all. Haven't seen Jesse.
Shall I hear from Danny?
John Wilson. Hello, John. Well, Christian Crocker, or Barry Crocker, or whatever you call him, has got a cap on this game. He played the whole first game without a hat on. The only person that comes from the northern hemisphere playing in the blazing Brisbane sun.
We've got one worse. But I think he's a Scotsman.
Wales.
No, one worse than that. Goes all day without a cap.
Oh, okay.
Happens to be the bowls coordinator at Pine Rivers. I think he forgets he can't take a roof with him everywhere he goes. You know, Mr. Burnett. Very rarely see a hat on his head.
Well, sort of, he's got one, hasn't he? Well, it's debatable.
It's funny, it was pouring rain at Marucci Beach last weekend, and that's the first time I actually saw him with a hat on. Just going to hold long enough.
Nearly.
Good effort, good speed.
Held long enough to be a good bowl. Well, I guess my boys would be nearly out there playing in the Wide Bay Challenge. I've got 74 players on the field today, men and women.
No scent sales?
Yes, there is a scent sale on, and our 5 leading lady players are handing out prizes at the scent sale, with after being threatened to be dropped out of the district sides if they didn't pull out of the $6,000 possible finals and go to the scent sale and hand out prizes. People at Bowls Queensland didn't believe that could happen in Australia.
Oh, we believe anything can happen. Ooh, that was a little bit wayward from Jay.
Well, like you being brought up in Bundaberg, scent sales are a very big part of Bundaberg life.
The ladies do make between $4,000 and $5,000 in the afternoon towards the district side's accommodation. It's a fantastic thing, but I find it absolutely ridiculous that the players have to go along and hand out prizes. And there is a $6,000 possible not making the finals event on in the second last round of the Wide Bay Challenge.
I remember Wallace Station, not far from Gingin, having one of the biggest scent sales I'd ever been to. I would have been 6 or 7 years of age.
A lot of interesting things happen on the north side. Northern districts, we'd call them. Their own football.
Ooh.
Their own football
Have a look at how that's
competition.
They must be just circles.
You can really see the foot marks on the green again now.
I'd say they must have a.
This is exceptionally good try, except it fell short.
The grip on those pink bowls must have the extra large. There is a word for them. Scalps.
Scoops. Scoops. The scoop grip.
To be able to stand on that angle on it.
Well, considering Chris is asking him to get back there, you'd have to think he was holding his shot. Well, he was. Ooh.
Rock and roll.
Well, Jay's pretty confident they've got shot now, so he's going to ask Danny to change his hand.
Yeah, that's a better idea. Put it round the right way.
That certainly helps, especially when you're being live streamed.
Lucky he had a second look at that bowl before he played it.
Tell you what, if he's got the... No, he's going to turn. Oh, anything could happen here.
Oh,
Okay, well, that's made sure of it. Now it's given
You got to look at it.
Jay a much better look at it, but it hasn't helped Chris in any way, shape or form.
We got those couple around the corner. Ken won this other game in the Alan Newman. Oh, Clinton Bailey's going to skip in this game of the section of death.
If you get underneath that, Chris, you're really close.
Don't know if he had enough weight. He might have got there.
Makes it a bit riskier. If Jay wants to try and move that jack, he'd have to play a lot more weight, so his discretion's a better part of valour, and turned her over.
Clinton Bailey should be pleased with that one. He just crashed into a bowl 6 foot wide, came across and got a back toucher. Fill up that gap? Not quite. Patrick Walsh.
Not the
Bit of
famous
cover.
commentator, is it? Paddy Walsh?
No, it's not Paddy Walsh, not that Paddy Walsh. That Paddy Walsh and I were in hospital at the same time when we were born.
When you were born. But yes, he is a Bundy boy.
Yep. Famous family, the Walshes.
I had the pleasure of working with him at the World Bowls when he did some commentary for World Bowls
Okay.
Championships.
I went to
Very,
school-
very knowledgeable man, and very, very good anchor.
I went to high school at Ketnock with Wendy Walsh.
Yeah, sister.
Yep.
Righto, we're batting away at 4-all. The last game was
The run rate's a little bit slower in this one.
the last game was 11 nil after 3 ends. They were scoring at 4 and over for most of the start of the first game. And I was thinking that Alan Newman was in front 10-1. He hasn't done the scoreboard. Is that laziness on the skipper's part?
Probably embarrassment. Bit of correction needed from Danny. It looks like he's done it.
Good shot. Nearly made it.
Fairly handy. Martin's just gone off a little bit in the last few ends. Look at this.
He's improved here.
I always say the bigger the correction, the easier it is.
Yeah. I'm going to have to do a 5-minute run.
Okay.
And I'll be back about the end of this end. See you soon.
Jimmy's just got a little side job to do. Probably races 3 through 6. How's this going to work out, Jay? Oh. Just turn the kitty away from his own ball.
Excuse me, I was trying to get it wasn't working for me before. So I'm just checking whether
And you think it's going to work for me?
I don't know.
There's paper in
There's
it.
a good shot here from Chris.
It's not turned on. You want to just do a copy?
Sending something from that here.
Oh, well there.
Jay Dorr is on line here, sits that ball, great shot. Top shot button there, mate.
Oh, top shot.
Chris has decided aggression is needed. Ooh, just caught the front edge of that ball.
I was just trying to organise someone to do around the grounds. Getting closer to the halfway point. And with some big scores around.
Yeah, thought Danny'd stick to his forehand. He's been finding the line on that side of the green very, very well. It's just his weight that's been, and that's worked out well again.
He's blessed. Oh, bit lost.
Oh, was he
There we
accept
go.
that? No, just underneath.
Sorry, hit the wrong button.
And Jay will have a look around and see where the dangers are going to be. Jay would like to see him split those two reddish bowls and that back teal. Certainly moving.
And that helped.
Yeah,
Helped put him on
that's,
the
um,
tee.
It's going to be too helpful.
Hold.
He's going to just slip under again here, I think.
No.
Great speed with both those bowls, but just a bowl tight, or a bowl and a half tight. Good tight game this. 8 shots scored over 6 ends.
Have a seat, Derek. I'm going to consider him one of the main organisers of the event. Derek Scott, welcome to the microphone.
You'd have to call him the tournament director, wouldn't you?
Thanks, Wayne. Pleasure to be here.
You've got some stats for us.
Yeah, I just thought it's interesting just to have a look at the breakdown of where our players have come from for this event. It's really good to see the sort of the coverage we've got there. Josh Walker-Davis has come from Tasmania, flown up yesterday, who's currently the #1 ranked male in Australia. We've got Martin Gray playing with Chris Rosanis. He's come up from Newcastle, from East Maitland Bowls Club. I think he was an underage New South Wales state player, was he?
Yes.
Yeah.
He's a good shot.
And
He is a really good shot.
Matthew and Peter Panowitz. Matthew Panowitz comes from Marylands in Sydney. He understand he won the Marylands pairs last year against Jack McShane. Not a bad player to beat.
Fair effort.
With Luke Fleming. And then our other players have come from, we've got 14 from the Gold Coast, from Sunshine Coast, 36 from the Gold Coast, 8 from the Downs to Roma, and 50 from Brisbane. So it's a fair distribution geographically there, which is good to see.
I don't think they're seeing any daylight between these two bowls.
No, it's yeah, well, Danny's having a real close look. We'll find out when Jay gets on the mat and what weight he chooses to play. Going on his forehand. He's giving it a chance.
Close.
Something's going to happen.
Oh,
He's going to rock the ball.
He missed it.
That ball actually moved then.
there.
Right.
Don't know if it would have actually opened up a bit of daylight. We had a no end yesterday.
They weren't going to bring out the fine filler gauges, or they just
Oh, no, it was actually
foot wide.
foot wide and she couldn't separate them.
And the feeler gauges look like they might come out on this one, unless there is an actual gap.
Yeah.
And then,
Well, Chris isn't sure who's got it either, so he's arriving. This is going to make something happen,
oh, it spat it out.
and it spat out to Cremiri and Dorr, I think.
And then Derek had to explain to the people doing the scoring about the empty part when it was a blank.
Oh, yes. Oh, you just had to make sure the end was split as 0.5 for each team. It's all good. Our scorers do a wonderful job. We've got our own customised software for the event, so the players know very quickly where they are after each round. Big thanks to Mike Curry from Bramble Bay, who has helped us there.
Colvin. I just reading it on that. And they're the results after round one. So the threes are the winners. That's what he just likes to have it to talk to it.
After all that, Michael, what have you got?
The first round, after the first round, the team that was on the live stream, they're sitting on top of the ladder. And just a cracking match going to be happening out there with
Can you pick up the jack here?
them and the couple of other results. It's too early to call anything at the moment, but there's some amazing rounds going on. Great matchups.
Looks like they're holding 2 there.
I'm guessing the 1 points and draws, are they?
Yes, 3 points to win, 1 point to the draw.
That's interesting. We had a
Couple of
couple of
draws.
draws in the first round as
That's
well,
right,
which is
yeah.
Incredible. Where are we at here? Danny's got 2. And Jay's playing a nice shot here. Just going to finish pass, which is in a good spot. That's a really nice reply there from Chris.
Took the pressure off.
If Jay's got the weight, I don't think he has. Slipped underneath the head. Green's looked to have come up really well considering the weather we've had.
Yeah, Scott's done a great job. We had probably around an inch and a half just in the last few days before we started, and he's worked very hard.
2 goodies.
Very hard to get them up to where they were yesterday. We've had no rain yesterday and a lovely sunny day today, so they'll be picking up another second or so in speed today and then again tomorrow.
No, the ground is certainly saturated. We've had continuous rain all year. We had some massive weather bands come through, cyclone, and then the cyclone coming through from Western Australia as well. Just hasn't stopped. I certainly hope it stops for May and June and July for the major tournaments being held here on the in Queensland. The state district sides and the state championships on the Sunshine Coast through May, and then into the Australian Open on the Gold Coast. So fingers crossed we get to see some fine weather over the next few months.
Yes. Must be a lot of greenkeepers around the place losing a fair bit of hair, I reckon, over the last couple of months.
Well, I suppose there's not a lot they can do about it, but yeah, it's not ideal. I think even though with the amount of rain and everything that we've been fairly lucky in the fact that we haven't had more damage to clubs and greens and the like over that period of time. We've been very fortunate that minimal damage, and our hearts go out to those clubs that have received damage, and we know that the communities are all bind together and help those clubs along. That's just the sport that we have. It's just a fantastic community-based sport.
Yes, it's been not only Queensland, of course, but down New South Wales as well, isn't it?
Well, they've copped a real hiding, those poor clubs down there.
Yeah.
There's a great couple. That's a great shot after being knocked up. It puts a fair bit of pressure here on young Jay. He's got looking like at least three down.
Yeah. 4.
Not sure about that bowl that's just past Jack High on the left. But, Jay's been up to the task so far. Oh, how's his speed? Probably just overcooked it. Gets rid of that one, and it's probably only 2 down now, if that.
Yep.
Seems to be a pretty similar track to what Jay just played. It's going to slip past that. Oh, that's a good shot. Now does Jay contemplate playing weight on the backhand? Danny says yes. Pump another one up. Major turning point of this match. And I'd say almost against the flow. It's Chris that's been doing all the hard work up till now. He slipped past that again. Oh, it's going to run through. Fell out.
What have we got?
Might just be the... no, it's still 3. I think that's about it. It's not as bad as I first thought. Yep, 3 it is.
And how are the
I went back the wrong way then, didn't I?
how are the numbers looking, Michael, for the state titles?
State championships are massive. It's the biggest entries we've had for many, many years.
Oh,
It's,
that's great.
Nearing on 1,800 competitors.
Right.
And then we've got the 4 days of district sides prior to that, so it's
Yeah.
been quite a challenge. Our first year with Bowlslink as well, and I have got all the draws up and published on Bowlslink now. If anyone's looking to see where they're playing and whom they're playing against, then you can find that on Bowlslink and in your Bowls Now app.
It's great to see the numbers, particularly post-COVID. They all started to build, didn't they? I feel in state and national titles. They just seem to keep going up.
I just think the sport's in a really good, healthy spot at the moment. Just the fact that the amount of open gender competitions and whatnot we've got going on, and the fact that people are willing to want to compete, they want to be competitive, not just... But the beauty of our sport, it doesn't matter whether you're competitive or whether you're a social bowler, there's always something there for you.
Yeah.
It's just a fantastic sport. And the inclusivity we have with it as well, with our multi-disabilities and stuff as well.
Yes.
It's just... I don't think there's a sport better. I could go on to hours about how good this sport is, but...
I agree. I always say that because bowls is a low... At the entry level, it's a low-skill sport, not at the top level. But like soccer, you can kick a soccer ball and it's going to end up somewhere near the goal. It might be 20 metres away, but you can start playing a game. Whereas something like tennis has a higher skill level at the entry point, and you can't play a game straight away. But in bowls, once you've got your buys, you can start playing a game competitively the first day you pick up a bowl, which is a great advantage.
Correct. And 2 good starting bowls there from Denny, and Martin just running past, but it's in a good spot.
Right, well, thanks guys for letting me in. I better go and do a few more duties. Thanks for your great commentary, really appreciate it.
Chris has played a really good bowl there.
In error state.
Turn it off, turn it back on. Just gone a little wide with the speed.
I've tried to print 2 or 3 times.
Talk us through it, Hollywood.
He's just had his own bowl. Oh, that's not the best of results. He could have got a much better result than that.
Get straight back.
7-5, gets the inside half of that bowl. Danny leaning back, like as if he was leaning back in the recliner to try and get that one over. Handy bowls, all the same. They're around the ridges. We got your mate Pot Old Pete back here. Graham Oates, Jeannie Smith, Steve Schultz. He's still lying on a beach somewhere over in Bali.
do that here today.
Jocelyn Haylock, Brett Spur, Francis McCabe. McCabe, okay. Trevor Argent, Tori Kuhn, Lenny Ward.
Martin's got this down on a really nice line.
Needs the inside tickle. Got it full.
I don't think that's made Danny's shot any harder. It's probably made it a little easier, a bit more to hit. Obviously trying to pinpoint his bowl first, but can get it off an inside edge.
And get plan B.
And then you've got plan C where he gets the inside edge, the outside edge of the other teal bowl and flicks it back to his own two bowls.
Straight in the
Just
sink.
didn't want to be
There's a couple
wide.
of bowls back there to sit on.
He just didn't need to be wide. Of course, it's easy sitting back here. Haven't played a bad shot.
Round the back, he said.
I don't think
Round
that's
the back,
getting to the
is where
back.
he put his foot. You better move your foot up the green.
I'll have to change his hand now.
Very annoying. Fair
Just-
bit of hand movement there.
Just hit it. The old stop guy signer. Well, he's not wide.
You can say that again. G-A-W-N-E, Gorn.
Danny Kamiri, that is a shocker.
I wouldn't say it was a shocker.
That was
It's
harsh.
the right weight. It's the right weight and a metre off.
I'm using his words when I play a bowl like that.
Sometimes there's not much difference between a blocker and a shocker.
Well, he'll be happy that you, both of you, come to his defence.
It was hard to do, trust me.
And he does prefer to be called Brad Pitt rather than Danny Kamiri.
Yeah, that ain't happening.
I don't know whether Christian Crocker likes being called Barry either. I've only invented that one today.
When I heard that, I'm thinking, that's going to go straight over his head. He's not going to have a clue what you meant. Oh, here we go. Something's going to happen.
That's what you're supposed to do.
You know, how many times did he put his foot there?
Now he's putting his foot there.
Yeah.
All right, Skipper.
Put his
Show
foot there and
me
dropped
what
up
you
the
really
green.
wanted.
And then he dropped up the green himself.
Pressure back on you, Chris.
Well, he said that's where the jack was going to go.
It's a fairly tight line.
He's not up. Well, he might be up.
It's his bowl coming up.
He's not up.
He's not going to hit it hard enough.
He's not up as well.
Well, big opportunity here for Jay Dorr. Tucks that jack in behind those two bowls. It'll make it very, very hard for Chris to get
He
at.
hasn't got any left.
Chris hasn't got any left. Well, he's got no chance then.
And this one
It's even
is in the
worse.
pack.
Don't do anything wrong.
But it could knock one up.
They're all his,
a
so
roll.
it's only got to roll. That should be nearly enough, depending on what's behind there.
Now it's a metre.
Well, it's definitely 3.
There's nothing behind.
So it's got to be 3. Yep.
Only going to say 3.
I think they only said 3.
3. Where to go? Going for a big walk. Slow down, son.
Ooh, is that going to make it to 21 metres?
Yeah. We're going to have a bit of a gander at it.
Yeah, Chris did. Yeah, he's going to ask. I'd have been asking the question too.
That's right. I finally found something that haven't been thrilled with in the last 2 days.
The
First
photo-
place, photocopier won't print my
Can't get his form guide
can't
out.
print my Sydney information out. Great starter.
Oh, that's a very good bowl.
Permission to use touches, sir.
That's
That's a toucher.
now that's a toucher.
Now that's a gun. That's a knife. Stephen Schultz, Thailand, mate, wrong place.
Oh, right, bring it out.
Water temperature 30, beers cold. Okay. David Glinster. That name rings a bell to me somewhere along the line.
Well, those Trevor must go in and out a lot.
Trevor Argent. So does Graham Oates.
Danny's on another good line here. Back into that one.
Sit that.
Good leading. There's a few draws in that first round, Jim.
Good to see you having some fun there, Stephen.
Well, Max and Daniel Keogh played a draw as well. Nailfile got over the top of the Penowitzes. He responds to Nailfile these days. Didn't like it much early on.
That's a very small grinder.
Yeah, a little grinder.
Well, he is tall and skinny.
And Luke won the battle of the Luke versus Isaac.
Yes, Luke and Wade, brother of Kelsey.
He's got more hair than he deserves to have.
Yes, we could put him up beside you and put his hair across and give you hair. Well, this is close, Chris. Sit and stay.
Over the halfway mark, 1 point the diff.
I think this was always going to be a ripper of a game.
Oh, looked like getting that bowl all the way till the last 2
Until it
feet.
didn't.
Until it didn't. Makes those sections very tricky with the draw in it.
Very much so.
Did we get half-time scores come in?
If you can read that, you're
We
doing better
did get
than
a
me.
half-time score.
And Ash Van Winkle, that's got 9-17 over there. Who's got the 17 or potential? Ash is ahead.
They have, I believe.
They were leading 13-5 after 6 ends, so they're in front. Alan Newman was leading 10-3. He's
Yeah.
now 11-6.
Yeah.
Max Jaffray was getting belted by Desi Can, who would have, oh, it's still a tough section. He's still got Daniel Keogh to play. Mitchell
Denny, you're
Mears,
kind of flying at that.
7-1. Vardy and Matt Norrie were leading Luke Turner 7-4 after 6 ends.
Dan
Well,
Hollingwood.
he wasn't going to fall short this time when Chris has asked for a position bowl. Well, his weight was actually perfect. It's just wide.
Johnny Hammond was beating Rob Bergelia 8-3.
Rob and Danny on this.
That'll be deep and meaningful to winning the section. Righto, it's sitting there asking you to
This
sit it
looks a little closer.
much closer than the last one.
Still going
Got it.
to... Ooh, straight to where it went. Now, that was a good position bowl.
How are we going with that last venue for the state titles?
It's at Wombite.
Wombai's happy to host it.
I
Okay.
was asking about that. Good news, thank you.
seeing as we've got the Mayor of Woombaway on my left-hand shoulder.
No, all the draws have been published.
Mark D. Francesi, there's a good guy. Hello, Mark. And Ruth Howarth Crudson. Bit of weight behind that one.
He was
So-
not going to be short.
Red Dog's obviously working today at the Solomons. He wears a Solomon's shirt when he bowls that I designed up for him. And we wanted to put on there that there's magic in a Solomon's bowler. But, but it didn't get passed by management.
I am
But
Kimball.
that doesn't stop us from saying it.
That was a pretty weird shot selection there. I'm not sure what
There's
Chris was
Grum.
doing there.
Yep,
Hey, Grum? Yeah, it's a crack of a day.
Grummy.
trying to wick off that one.
Oh, it would work.
Closer to the wide one than the shot.
I'm pretty sure that Chris will draw another one here.
Do you think? Not if he hits that one fat.
Oh, there's the Lou Richards call if ever you've heard one. Commentator's call, curse. Makes it 8-all.
One would have thought you could have had money on that. We'll call it 8-all.
You might want to add one more end to that. I didn't put an end on before.
Didn't the end work?
I didn't put it on.
He hasn't had the training like
I
you.
haven't had the training yet.
8-all.
And it's a-
The scoreboard's right.
And it's a big stretch.
We're on the 11th end now. It's got
No.
10 on the board. Ooh, rush of blood there.
Well, it's T to T. You might as well be up. Gonna get not much for short. Damien Sparks is on board.
Looks like a fairly good start here.
Get ready with his toucher button.
Oh, now that's a
Ooh.
toucher.
It must be dented by now, that toucher button. Could have scalloped out.
That's the beauty of these touchscreens these days. Here's a great correction.
Oh, now you've got to roll that one out, Danny.
Oh, there's
toucher.
another toucher.
Come
There you
on. Yeah.
Toucher.
Well, he had to correct somewhat.
Like we said earlier,
When it
the
was
bigger
on
the
the rink.
correction, the easier it
As
is.
soon as it was on the rink, it was a correction.
Got a bit more attitude.
Wasn't my attitude. He's a ball wider. Oh, he might be going for a look in the sink.
Oh, I think it has.
The water's cold. Don't want to go in there. Alan Newman's got the mat back off Jared Davies and Clint Bailey, so he's up by 6. We'll give him a win and a half if he wins this game, which will make the last game very lively.
So does that make the two Twanton teams, the two Club Marucci teams play against each other in the next round?
Yep, and the winner will go through.
That will be interesting. I don't think you're going to hold up on that side, Jay. It's turning across.
Not that far
Oh.
away.
It's going for the toucher button again, I think.
Well, I was going for the replay.
He was going for the replay.
Would have been worth replaying if you had got it. Chris is going to try and beat him to it.
Fair call.
Got more bowls in the sink than we've got on the green.
It's just looking a little more
Close
like it.
close. Fumbled for the touch button.
Oh, he's just going to slip under.
Nowhere near it.
Not even close.
Never looked like it.
Turn to Jack White.
Haven't heard that one.
The only way we know it wasn't a toucher is nobody marked it. Ramstar, Mark Ram's watching. You're not,
Rammy.
you obviously didn't go to Pyalba to watch our blokes playing Pyalba then, Rammy. Which I had no idea of you doing that.
This isn't far away either.
He's fumbled for the toucher button again. Short.
That's a fair effort. But, doesn't make things a lot easier. Still come off the edge of his own bowl onto the jack.
Oh, it's blowing smoke.
Seemed to turn out that side of the ring.
Ooh, had enough weight.
Plenty of weight. Found its way into the ditch again. So is that 1 or 2?
Yes.
That is a very good reply, Jimmy.
I was just about to say that Tanny's only got one on the green. He's got one more in his hand.
Well,
Here's
we'll find
another
out
one.
if he chops that
Bump
on the
Tanny
other
out.
Well, how about that's
Two.
definitely 2. There's another toucher.
We're glad to see you guys are on board.
We're just helping.
It's like my little helper in the car.
Rightio. Is he here? He's got to be somewhere near it.
Tell you what, he's awfully close.
He's got to be somewhere near it. We're on that
Oh,
jack
here we
right
go.
there.
Where's it going to bounce to?
Oh!
Oh no!
It's a shocker.
It's still one down. I fancy.
Oh, I
I'm
don't
going
know.
to say the darker coloured bowl.
It would have been better for him to pick it up.
Can we see that from the side?
I'm getting there.
Get me.
No, that's not
You can see it from the side, but I don't know whether it's going to help us. It's 3 inches, 2.5 inches that way.
I think we're looking for a new producer, aren't we?
it. Everyone's a critic.
You've only got a slippery grip on the commentary here after that call. There we go.
I've got your mute button.
I'm going to say the darker coloured bowl. And it's still there.
Well, no, by the weight that Jay plays with, I'd say. Be a pretty brave shot to play with weight with only one ball in the head.
Hmm. You don't really know who's got shot.
Yeah, no,
Here's one for you that's watching at the moment. Oh, we've got a line. Charlie Neve, Alan Howard, Faye Chewer, hello Faye, Trevor Gray, but here's one. Eddie Whiteside. Eddie Whiteside, the blind side. Gladstone's never been the same since Eddie.
He
has
must
got
think he's got
up.
No.
shot. Well, he's on the bank gaining interest.
I think he was going for backward.
I'm thinking he's down.
Taylor Bart.
One of our young juniors.
Lipton. And Ramster must have gone over to watch a race and then come back on. And Francis McKay. How quick? Quickish.
Well, he can get a favourable result arriving to his own front pink bowl.
Well, he's played it.
Oh, that was not favourable.
Now he's
He
definitely one
underplayed
down.
it.
I think he was one down before him, but he's definitely one down now. Nice flick of the mat there, reminded me of Michael Brown, only about, well, Tony Townsend. It was a nice flick of the mat, only about 30 mile an hour quieter than Tony.
I remember a mat having to be pulled down off the Pine River's roof once.
And one at Scarborough that got a suspension, the Scarborough one.
Young Mr. Murtar at the time.
The wind got that one.
Hey?
The wind got that one.
The wind
at
got that
Pine
one?
Rivers. There was a lot of wind. Alex only sort of threw it into the air a bit, and it was a
They're
very
checking
big,
the length again.
very big gust put it on the roof.
Didn't realise Cyclone Tracy was around then.
It was fairly gusty that day.
It's been given approval.
Well, he just wanted to go for a run,
He's fit.
and we better do the scores. After 11 ends, we're at 9-8.
Oh, beautiful sunny day.
It's obviously a short end because he's gone running through.
Yeah, that walk to the head and back didn't do him any good.
Too much adrenaline.
It didn't make him figure out the length very well anyway.
A handy start.
Yes, that's where you need to be. Sue Beresford. Hello, Sue.
Decent correction.
How far to the ditch?
I think he's about to find out. No, he must have stayed up. Oh, nope.
Nope.
He was up, just fell.
Just a tad excited.
Charlie Neve, Graham Oates, Glenn Hayes, Anthony Parker. Into the pack, sit on anything.
Seems like a pretty simple shot, doesn't
1,
it?
2, 3. Nearly sat on the wall. And we do exactly the same with this one. Oh, we just got the wrong one.
This might have been a little bit too firm to allow it to bend.
Just enough. Alan Newman's got away a bit. 13-6.
That's a good shot there from Chris.
Well, it's not a surprise. It's not a surprise when Rosanna straws a shot. It's fairly regular occurrence.
Fairly consistent, young fella. Is he going to get back?
Couldn't sit that one.
Have the ball a good chance.
Did Chris get that shirt off Turley? Turley would have a few Tarrant Point chats.
He would.
Yeah, a bit of cover.
Yeah, nice home. Danny hasn't got to change a lot from his last bowl. I think he's on a tighter line, but he's too much tighter.
No, he's all right. Gets to the bowl. Oh, he drops short. Still got one. Draw a touch on the forehand. Pretty simple instructions.
Looks easy.
Well, simple instructions, it was just hard to do.
Big weight next to the ball.
I'll almost back Jay in here, I think.
These tracks all right. How quick is he?
It might be just too quick.
Not much quick.
Oh, he's going to dead draw it. Wowzers.
He's quick. Not
I told
much.
you, he was
Not
flying.
mu- Not much, but
Excessive. A whole bowl.
you did want to back him in. Old mate from Drayton's getting a bit of a pasting here from Daniel Keogh.
Lots of fair pasting going on next door to that too. 22.5. Is he going to get down?
No. He does have another one, and he has 1, 2 on the spot.
That one's Danny's just over there.
One on the spot.
I don't know who's got spot though. You think the teal's got it?
Yep. It's an inch and a half closer to the line. Doesn't
Well,
matter.
it's not
now.
going to matter.
It's two of them.
Wonder Daddy.
Sneaks another one further ahead.
Yeah, they've kicked right away now.
For this game, I think two's been the biggest margin, hasn't it?
We haven't got a scoreboard on the side.
I normally keep a card. And no questioning the length of this one.
Clinton, who we just had on the lowest 24, just played an absolute bomb with his last bowl to get shot. Gets him within 5, 6.
Oh, that was a bit careless of Danny. Gives Martin a really good in.
The only good thing about it was it was shot.
Well, there's only one down there.
Or it should have been shot. he had a gun.
He's that far away, he still would have missed.
He's got a long way to come yet. Forced him into the other side of the green.
It's going to fall short as well.
It says here my old mate Jeff Levitt was winning his second game. He was a tennis player. Well, he come from Ipswich as a tennis player, but he used to come over to college and play a bit of cards with us. And
What type of cards are we talking,
I'm
Jim?
sure a couple of times that Parky had to give him enough to walking home to Ipswich was a very bad thing from St. Lucia.
Yeah, not good. Shot Jake. Just getting out of Toowong would have been a bit scary.
Drops down for a
Good shot.
falls down.
Come on.
Not even close. You just want to see that toucher button again, you
Come
know?
on. Come on, it got closer than the shadow.
I'll have to do a sniff button.
Nobody run forward to mark it. But it was close enough. You got a button that says nearly a toucher?
Yeah, a sniff.
Yeah, short again.
A sniff.
Yes. Someone said that's a better one.
Ooh, that's not bad.
Handy couple of bowls there, Michael.
Yeah, I'm just wondering how aggressive they might get at this.
Oh, now we've got Fletch on there, Adam Fletcher. You might know Fletch from Mondo. Once you've met him, you will know him forever.
Oh yeah, I know Fletch.
Glenn Hayes, Serena Bennell. Wasn't very far away from playing here tomorrow in their section. Serena, the two Serenas, Bennell and Matthews.
Mm.
They did everything but win their section. They got grabbed at the post in their second game. Margaret Newitt and Sue Beresford's on again. Hello, Sue.
If you're not careful, Danny, you'll have your driver's license revoked.
Yeah, it was a little high, wide and handsome. Will this stay on the green? I don't think so.
Look like it.
Goodbye.
I'm thinking Danny will be a little bit closer this time. Maybe not.
He's got to hit that one a long way. Or that one.
Oh,
Or that one. Or anything.
Pinball wizard.
Stayed on the rink.
More wicks than a candle factory. So did these two win their first game? Or second game? First and second games?
Yeah, yes.
So this result's big for either team. That's a little better result. Stayed up.
Yes, more than likely a draw in this game got them both through. They both won their first game quite easily. And if they win their last game, they would both finish with 2.5 wins. One would win the section and the other one would be 8th place, the best performed
There you go.
second place getter if they had 2.5.
Take
not-
one out here.
His own.
His own.
So in actual fact, should be a bit of thieving and conniving here for them to draw.
That
and
doesn't
they
happen.
both would be
That doesn't
qualified
happen in
for
our
tomorrow-
sport,
for
Jimmy. You
tonight.
know that. Integrity framework would be all over that one.
Where it was a little, bet not say that certain New Zealand representative would have that organised by now. Sure they did it in the old days too, because they used to count the score and not the shots. And often they would both get an 8 on the last two ends and lift their score along. Bit similar to Freddie Diamond putting one on each side so he could finish early on the last two ends.
I'm not commenting on any of those.
Just think,
Ooh.
well, he's lucky he's got 2 seconds.
Big chance for Chris to go into the
Getting
next
closer.
end, one in front.
Getting closer to a draw.
15 or 16 ends? 15 ends, I can see it now. I read it. It was pretty clever. Just in case it was the 16th end for the draw.
Mitchell Sullivan. Nikia Robinson Crichton. Rosemary Irwin, Ron Mills, Potholes here. And Margaret Newitt's
That
back
should
on.
be another counter. We have a new leader.
Oh, we can have a look at the third one.
Might have fell out.
Yeah, we're at the young ones first.
Sitting flat. And it's a lot closer. New
It from-
leader.
I called it from here.
You know stuff.
Well,
Jimmy.
the odds
Play
were
nice.
the odds were that you would get one right before the end of the game. How nice is that?
It's only a half-hour drive home.
It'd be nicer. I want him to stick around for the next game.
Yeah, he's got to stay around to do the night one too.
Oh, be buggered. Tavern's calling out. Hollywood. Hollywood.
Anne-Marie Kane. Hello, Anne-Marie. Yeah, thereabouts.
All right, Jimmy, call it. What's your call?
What, the end of the end score?
Who's going to win in the margin?
12 all. 12 all draw. They
12
both
all draw.
qualify for the night game.
Okay. I'm going to go with 13-11.
Which way?
I just said I'm going 13-11. Yes, Jimmy.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think a big score's coming in the next two ends.
Well, it's always a possibility if it's close going into the last end and they don't want to play for a draw.
We can drop that one off because that one's not going to count.
Can't see the ball going, Jack coming forward off that head at the moment.
This bloke here walks like Peter Worth. Not many people walk like that, I can tell you.
I think Peter's got a little bit more space between his knees than that gentleman.
He even looks a bit like Peter Worth, poor bugger.
No, he doesn't, Pete.
Oh, I've got that potential.
And you could drive a bus through Peter's legs.
Does he get here?
Yeah.
I think that's shot for now.
Doesn't get here. No touch a knob.
Short again.
Spud Murphy. Now tell me, Spud, is you the Spud Murphy from Bundaberg? The notorious Spud Murphy? I would think not, because I'm not sure Spud from Bundaberg is capable of
Using technology.
using that. Yeah. Yes. Some pretty handy memories when Premier League had a ladies' rink.
Reckon he might be right at this.
He's got enough weight. And he's
Some
got
kind of result.
something.
Bing bing. Bong.
Badon.
Gives them a look at it now anyway. Are there any time limits on these games?
Yep.
Not that you'd think you'd need them with greens running at this speed.
We played one like last night in that final game. It was one the difference. They played 14 ends.
And it was timed out.
Something.
Don't think he wants it, does he? In that bare bowl?
Might just tuck it round the corner
Oh, that's a very good bowl.
like that. Hello, the Gibbeses have finished their game. Marie and Albert. They don't muck around.
Good afternoon again. Welcome aboard. Or have you been watching the whole time?
Ian Cuss.
Yeah, I think Jay may revoke his driving licence.
I think they're holding 3,
Well, looks like 4 to me.
4. Predicted a big score.
You did.
That one didn't cover the spot either. Jared Davies wasn't short.
This is a little better. Still wide.
You want him to stay up.
Wow.
Don't think it's out of the count.
No pressure, Jay.
My 12-all prediction is a little bit suspect at the moment.
Yeah, mine's not looking real good either.
Griffins on the back. That's the first race in Hong Kong. Griffins, they're the bottom division horses. Does that mean the bottom division bowler?
I wouldn't think so.
I'm bloody sure it's not. Rightio, here we go.
Round the back, they're happy with the 4.
Cover the spot, he said. Ooh, it hasn't stopped yet. He's saying it stopped. It must have stopped.
Yeah.
Yep, stopped in about a good metre.
This is going to have to be some kind of shot.
He said, Jay, get out of that. Watching on YouTube from Anne Marie.
Go big or go home?
I don't think he'll
Not
go
sure.
real big, but he'll be firm. He's tight.
He should have went big.
Well, he's hoping to get one on the back of the green if he misses it. Well, he's got to play that shot now. And it's a very hard shot. Got themselves in a sticky situation
Yeah,
here.
I think the perfect result for Jay would be to kind of get 3 parts of that teal bowl onto the red to bring it back to where Mr. Griffin's standing, which isn't going to be very easy.
Mr. Gray.
Yes.
Or just draw one.
Well, that's Chris. All the pressure's here on Jay. He's got to convert this head. Even if he got second shot, it'd be better than
Well,
nothing. He's on a much better line.
He's something like springing.
Shouldn't get a hole there.
Oh, he is. Who called the hole?
Oh, come on!
Who called the hole so early?
He called the big. He called
And the big score.
Is it 5?
I think it's got to be.
Should I leave the room now until the end of the game? Commentator's curse.
Well, that's the game over.
Well, maybe, maybe not. Surely it's 5.
I didn't really mean to make that prediction, I'm sorry.
Just get your tape. Must
Now
never
they
be.
get the tape.
Normally when people are walking around the head, they're at least using their fingers.
Danny reckons he's got it.
Well, he's probably just pointing to their closest bowl. It's pretty old tape. 4.
4.
4 it is. It's on the board.
Gone to the wrong team.
Oh, I'm sorry I spoke. You want the lotto numbers for tonight?
I wouldn't mind.
I probably know what they are.
Well, last end, 5 for the draw. Let's see how your draw goes, Jim.
I'd much rather your
Went out
prediction.
with my Keno numbers. We'll be up to about race 4.
So who have we got in the next game, Jim? Do you know?
Yeah.
He knows everything.
Come down there.
Here it is.
Vardy and Matt Norrie against Isaac Moore and Josh Walker-Davis.
Is he still current number 1 bowler in Australia?
Something like that.
How am I going to fit
Just
Josh Walker Davis?
I've got all lunchtime to think of some good things about bars.
You're going to need longer than that. Oh shit, we're on air.
Danny,
Hasn't been his best last 2 ends.
Danny's going to say to me when he watches this back, he says, Nancy, you never said too many nice things about my bowls. Well, Pelican Waters is getting the plug. There we go.
I think hosting one of our women's sections for the district sides. Appreciate their cooperation. Chris Rosanis draws another nice shot here, just a little short, but
I'm doing one of the Winter Bowls Carnival events at Pelican Waters, and one at the Waves, Caloundra.
I must thank the Waves and Kawana for giving us the use of some of their greens for a couple of extra events. We're all up and down the Sunshine Coast.
They have large tiger prawns for lunch because they're one of the sponsors.
Oh,
It's the seafood joint. That's a bit better.
needs the jack.
Might be a
Toucher!
Stop it.
It's been a while.
I love it.
See, in actual fact, at one stage we had 3 Hollywoods at Bagara.
There's only one, Jim.
Oh no, these were quite serious Hollywoods. Two of them anyway. Two of them were very worthy of the name.
So if Danny can pepper that jack,
Oh, I think he'd want to be trying to just get past and let Jay.
if he can basically sit behind his other,
Don't hit it there yet. You've got to put another
No,
2 or 3
that's
bowls
right.
that's what I mean, if he can get in
on
there,
on the backhand, 2 foot behind, 2 foot wide, right
Yeah,
where that
it's-
other bowl is.
What I would have been trying for.
yep,
Or
that's it, and sit in there, there
Well,
you
that
go.
worked.
Oh, there we go.
That's peppering.
Who said?
That's doing it the hard way.
Told you he wanted to put it there.
If he can put one in
Could-
more
he could,
in,
he could have done a little bit easier on the backhand.
I would have thought so.
and that one is going to
Martin's
upset.
liking this one a bit.
This one's going to upset him.
Well, that bugger's that plan.
Yep. You need to be there if you want a 4.
Now's when
Well, I
you
need 5.
now's when you put the balls in the bag.
Oh, you do need 5.
Can't get re-spotted.
Clear road.
He's round it.
Can he get 5 back there?
Well, it's 3 of their bowls there, and 3 orange discs. It's going to have to be pretty special.
It'd have to go with the jack and the bowl would have to stay together.
Yeah, I don't know. I think they're too close, the jack and the bowl, for the jack to end up in the spot that he wants it. It'll need some kind of deflection.
He's only got to try and get to that very last bowl. A metre behind the jack there, which he just about played it perfectly.
Well, that's
Flopped inside that bowl.
put the bowls in the bag now, Tom.
Thanks for coming. Couldn't
Thanks
have
for
put
coming.
That, couldn't have put that any
Might as
better.
well just
from
carried
there.
that up and put it there.
Yep.
Pretty sure Chris won't have to play his last bowl. Well, he will, because he's got to go next, but... He's giving us a fair shake. Handbrake.
It's the bell.
Well,
Tony Parfitt.
they've got the antidote for
Haven't seen that name for
in
a
all
long
the
time.
spots, haven't they? They can't
I
pull
don't
a
even
5
know why
out
Chris
of that.
is looking around. I mean,
They're just making sure all the bases are covered.
Kane Nelson on board watching, just checking how the sunshine on the green's affecting play so he can come and play here tomorrow.
well, it might be half a second quicker by tomorrow.
Come on, Chris, hurry up, I'm getting hungry.
Me three. And thirsty.
I'll do hungry before thirsty.
I'm always thirsty.
Kirsty.
What's he thinking after all that?
Well, he's
Blocker.
just going to try and, well, I thought he'd just try and draw around that bowl like he did the last one with a little bit less, which was a lot less.
Close your eyes and swing.
Got to hit 6 bowls off the rink.
You can open your eyes now.
I'll get it. Oh, he back cut that onto the jack. How about that?
2 down.
Thank you very much, Michael Sorensen and Jim C.
Not a problem.
We'll go and have some lunch and we'll see you back here. There's even a schedule thing somewhere saying that we'll be back.
We'll be back at 2 o'clock, it says here.
2 o'clock.
We'll see you all then. We'll go and try some of the prawns on the screen from CSD Custom Seafood Distributors.
They're good people. I don't care what anyone says about them.
And Mount Omni Hotel Apartments, their place is spectacular, really good.
And quiet. Couldn't believe it.
And my car hasn't broken down yet, but I'd be going straight to Future Auto Service Centres, down-to-earth mechanics. You hear that, Rammy?
We don't want to go there.
No.
Sure you don't want to go to Alex Gow funerals?
I'm damn sure.
They've got little packs
If
out
you
there with lots of little goodies in them.
Think of the party we could have, Wayne, if Sorrow decides to cark it.
Can we please get off air?
Okay.
See you at 2 o'clock. Bye now.
Bye all.
Well, thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate it. If you're watching this on the Jindalee Facebook page, it's also available at YouTube on Bowls Promo TV, and search for the live streams. The broadcast and the equipment is brought to you by my company, well, part of my company, bowlspromogear.com.au. Collection of stuff I've printed for Bowls Clubs over the last 25 years. My main business, 4CP, we print anything. Like the goodies, we print anything at any time. But thank you very much. My name's Wayne Netter, and we'll see you at 2.